Hello everybody, welcome back to another fantastic episode of Project Zomboid. If you don't notice, yeah, we're not in the typical place. We actually left our truck down where we left it. Yeah, so I guess we bit off a little bit too much than we can even chew. So we had to sleep in here. It is late at night. I would really like to get to my car. That'd be awesome, but it is indeed late at night. We actually had to sneak in here. Well, the first night, yes, I mean the first night, I actually had to stay the night in the good old bar. And then I made my way over here because it's a lot safer. For the most part, I mean, we're pretty good. We're an alright situation. By alright situation, I mean, we're vehicle-less. And that's not really a huge problem, but it has potential of being a problem. I'm gonna go ahead and just sneak my way. We're gonna have to get sneaking at some point. Do I have any food? So it's been a while since I've started back on this episode. Unfortunately, my stream schedule's been kind of like weird. And if my stream schedule's weird, then that means it kind of knocks away from my YouTube recording schedule. Now, the reason why the Kinshi episodes are coming out is because those are VODs. Those are VODs that have been broken up and whatnot. Maybe not as edited as I'd like them to be, but it's definitely the easier option for me right now. At some point, I would love to get somebody to edit my videos, but obviously I would need some way of actually paying them. And on YouTube, we don't have any monetization. And the small bit of monetization that I have over on Twitch is, I mean, is alright, I suppose. You know, if I can give somebody like 20 bucks a month, be like, hey man, could you edit my videos? And I mean, editing really doesn't take that long. It's just another process. If I had a second PC or something, it would make editing a lot easier. But for the most part, it's kind of impossible unless I want to dish out, you know, $2,000, upwards of, you know, anywhere between 16 and $2,000 right now because, you know, computer parts are insane and will continue being insane for a long time. I keep on hearing everybody's like, oh man, PC parts are way cheap now. It's like way cheaper. You get like a 2080 or a 2070 still for like 800 bucks. Okay, it's like $600 or $700. My 1080 Ti was about what, $680, almost $700 when I first bought it. So yeah, I mean, and the 1080 Ti is still a really good graphics card. Except, is it any better than a? I mean, is the 2070 any better? I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't think I've ever seen any comparisons. I haven't watched the Linus Tech Tips of that yet. Eventually I will. I mean, eventually I'm gonna have to make a new PC. And this one's at least 5 years old, maybe? Yeah. Because I made this PC back in 2017, so it's almost 6 years old. It's almost getting there. The parts on it are already starting to kind of like malfunction and everything, and it's starting to be a problem, but nothing I really need to kind of figure out in the near future, at least. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and make our way down to our truck and hope that we can actually get it back tonight. And yes, I mean tonight. I mean, we slept all day because we were deadly tired. So yeah, I'm gonna make my way downtown, walking fast, you know the deal. Wowza! Check out this big old group right here. This must be the group that I gave the slip to. When in doubt, give zombies a slip. You know the deal. What if I cut out? I was like, I'll meet you guys over here, and you just see the screen. It's like, oh, Marion died. How upset would you guys be? That'd be hilarious. And it's like, oh, that was very anticlimactic. I just had that thought. I was like, man, it's dark. I could easily get grouped up by zombies. But the good thing is that I won't be tired. Not for a couple hours at least. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. Since we're next to this pavilion, I'm gonna go ahead and sit on the bench here. Try to dodge these sneaky trees. Oh, never mind. I thought we got them all. We did not. That's fine. We've got an axe just in case. And a couple machetes as well. We can deal with this pretty easily. So yeah, are you guys, I don't know who saw my community post, but are you guys ready for Phallus Lake? For the Indie Stone erecting a sign at Phallus Lake. Their words, not mine. They are indeed doing so. It is no longer Ekron. It was never Lick Skillet. That was always fan-made. It is now Phallus Lake. The middle of the map is now Phallus Lake. Who would have known? Hey man, when your community is not the whole community, but like a good portion of the Project Zomboid community is a bunch of memers. I totally get it, man. I totally get having a meme as one of your official towns, but like, damn. I mean, like, Lick Skillet's also a good name. It's a little town. Why make something up? I don't know. I don't make the decisions. I'm not Andy Stone, and I'm glad I'm not. They have to make the crazy decisions, not the decisions I want to make. All I want is better combat. That's it. Not saying that the combat in this game is terrible. I just want more combat. I'm the combat king. Nobody can surpass me. Nobody. Give me time. I actually haven't been hit by a zombie in over 6 months. Yeah. Like 6 IRL months. It's been a long time since a single zombie has gotten a single hit on me. It's kind of crazy to think about. But like, once you understand the mechanics behind... I don't want to sleep. Once you understand the mechanics behind how zombies function and everything, this game just gets way easier. Now everybody's gonna say, why Vynxx? Just go to sprinters. Just go to sprinters. Well, I'll do that when they fix them, which is coming up soon, apparently. So there's been talk. They even say it in the newest Thursdoid. If you guys don't know, the newest Thursdoid is on my community page on here in the lovely website of YouTube. You can check it out. But where am I at? Anyway, sprinters, they're going to make them scream. They're gonna make them scream. They're trying to get some more sounds, and there's a little tidbit in there about how they're going to kind of up the ante of them. What that supposedly is, nobody knows, and we probably won't know until it comes out. All I want is, I guess, technically better AI for them. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but they need to be fixed to a point where sprinters need to be like viable. I think they should have like a mechanic where sprinters actually trip over each other, kind of like how not DayZ, but World War Z, where they kind of like flop on each other and like pile up and everything. I think that's an interesting detail that sprinters could have. They can just be like extra clumsy, and then you can make the sprinters however which way you want as far as like power and transmission, so on and so forth, that, you know, you can do that personally. But I think mechanically, to give kind of the player a means of survival, longer than a week or a month, I think the zombies need to mechanically, like, trip over each other. I think that'd be very, very interesting to it. At least that's the only thing that I can think of. That would at least help the factor of multiple sprinters on you. Like, if 3 sprinters are coming at you at the same time, 2 of them get tripped up on each other, so you can at least get 2 hits on the one sprinter coming at you. You can always just do the push attack method with, if it's 2 sprinters and it's like a group of 5 or something like that. You can always do like the push attack method for the 2 sprinters to kind of get out of that safely. But other than that, usually if there's more, like how I've always configured sprinters is 1 sprinter is nullified. You have a 95% chance of success with that 1 sprinter, and every sprinter that comes up or like that is added to the situation actually cuts your chances of survival in half. Absolutely in half. So if you're at a 95% survival chance, then in a second sprinter comes in, then now you have a 55 or 45% chance of actual surviving that situation. Now if it's 3 sprinters, now you have closer to like 20% or 25% survival rate, which is very low. I've seen people do 3 sprinters, but it's very, very hard. It's basically RNG at that point, which that whole idea is RNG. But yeah, if the sprinters could trip up on each other, that'd be amazing. Because you could even manipulate that by, like, let's say you see a group of like 5 or 6 right there. You'd point yourself, or you'd kind of like position yourself so that the zombies would actually trip over each other, or that some of them would trip over each other. And also they need to fix the get up. Them getting up like stupid fast. Because that's killed me so many times. That's the only way I'm gonna play sprinters. Like, realistically. I'll play sprinters for the jokes, but that's all it is. You're not surviving after, especially at higher populations, you're not surviving after the first heli. And if you do, like, that is depending on if you have multiple helis or something like that. But after the heli, and you have, like, I don't know, high or even insane pop, you're not surviving. Because even if you have a base that has no possible way of sprinters getting to you, getting down and like trying to figure out your situation or getting food or just surviving generally is going to be a pain. Absolutely is going to be a pain for you. Hey, look, we're back at our truck. Yeah, there was so many zombies when I came back to the truck the other night, or the other few nights ago. It was rough. I had to sneak out of here. That was like the one true time I've had to sneak out of this situation, because I didn't have the DPS to deal with the zombies. Even with axes, because I was just so ridiculously tired. And then I couldn't see behind myself either because I was tired as well. It was just a unreasonably unwinnable situation. I was like, nope, not doing this. I'm not risking it. I'm just gonna go home. See you, bye. And that's what I did. Except I didn't go home. I just went to the bar, like Marion would usually do. I'll give some backstory on Marion eventually. But if you guys watch me roleplay at all, you'll kind of figure out who exactly Marion is, because I use Marion quite a bit. He's a staple in my in any of my tabletop RPGs. Whether he's a gnome or he's a zombie killing grandpa badass. Hi there, sirs. I'm trying to get to my truck. That'd be amazing if you just left. Yeah, there's no getting to my truck right now. I might have to do this again. This is crazy. I'm bringing out my axe. This is ridiculous. I just need to dish out the damage. It's so bad. It's just not happening with the crowbar right now. The Krobus. Come on, let's save Marion's truck. Man, it is daytime. It's daytime. And we're getting tired too. I'd hate to sleep during the day again, because I hate doing that in general. Come on, nobody on this side, nobody on this side. That's beautiful. Running. It is running. I had to make sure. Yeah, this is gonna be a pain. It's just this motel has so many zombies in it, and they're just attracted to my truck. They hear me and they're just like, why should I eat human when I can just stand by a truck? Isn't that just better? And that's one of the faults to keeping your truck on, of course. I know the risk. Is this really risking it? No, not really. I can handle this situation. It's just gonna take time. Man, look at our debuffs right now, and look how much damage we're dishing out. That's how strong the axes are. That's how strong axes are, man. They're just so good. Also checking behind me for any sneaky zombies who want to get up. Who want to survive another day. Lovely. And I'm gonna sit down. I would go towards my truck again, but something tells me that it's still gonna be overrun with zombies. So I'm gonna go kill off Red over here. Hi there, Red. Yeah, 3 execution hits. Well, excessive. Yeah, this is not what you want to do, by the way. You do not want to... Oh, what if I slept? That'd be so bad. You do not want to get to this point. We're basically doing maybe 20 to 30. We're doing short blunt damage right now. We're doing maximum short blunt damage with our axes. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. They're the same numbers. This is what, 85% debuff. With this being a 65% debuff, something close to that. So it's like 85% of like 250 or 300 damage, or how much damage this axe is doing. What is that? Still like 80 damage. Almost, yeah, just about 80 damage. 80 or 60 damage, and then the 65 debuff, so it's doing like 40 damage still. It's insane. That's why I regard axes so well, because it's just the insane amount of damage that it does. Now, I would obviously show you in debug how, like, exactly how much that is, but just I kind of figure or calculate that through how many hits it takes with a zombie, and I know the zombie's hit points and everything. So if anybody has any questions like that, I mean, it's not my calculations aren't like totally accurate, obviously, but yeah, but yeah, I'll meet you guys when we get to the truck again. All right, after taking a little siesta with some pills, we're gonna go ahead and kill the rest of these dudes. Shouldn't be too bad. We got 2 zombies in the back of us that may pose a problem, but I don't think they will. I'm gonna go ahead and pull off as many as we can. It looks like the zombies that came in from the shops went ahead and joined in the party. It shouldn't be too bad though. As long as we can manage the zombies well. Miss, of course. Missing is actually one of the better things that you can do. Quite obviously. If you don't miss a zombie, what are you really doing? You know, you gotta really intimidate the zombies before you fight them. You gotta make sure that they know who's boss before you slam your crowbar into them. Because if you don't, what does that make you? A bully, that's what it makes you. It makes you a bully. I think either way it makes you a bully. Either way, we're gonna slam our crowbar into these zombies' faces. They've lived in this town way too long, and I'm here to reclaim it. What if we just kept on going? It's 7 o'clock, or it's 8 o'clock, and this is when we would usually be here. And we got plenty of pills to kind of take care of the situation. We didn't even stay at the motel if we wanted. Why not? We got some vitamins. We got some Vitamix. Why not? Who's to tell us we can't? We're back at square one with the exertion. What? Oh, okay, we got a crawler. We got a crawler! Get over here, lady. Hey-ya! Yeah, I'm very excited to hear the new Sprinter sounds whenever they add that to build 42. Whoa! I almost had the angle bad. That's like the only time I've ever gotten hit in this game. Maybe not the only time I've ever gotten hit, but like for the last year or so, it's bad angles. Let's go ahead and sit on the ground, take another siesta. Keep our finger on shift, of course. You never want to take your finger off shift when you're sitting down on the ground. Just don't do it. You're gonna die, I promise. It's those points where it's those points where you're sitting on the ground and you have your finger on shift, and a zombie comes near you and you go to get up, but you get up slow still. That's when I'm just like, broken mechanic, broken mechanic. How dare you be broken mechanic? Really peeves me off. I'm like, if it's gonna work, have it work every single time. Sometimes it glitches out. It's really annoying. But I haven't died from that yet, so I guess it's not too bad. As long as you know how to kind of use iframes when you get up as well. Just learn the game, guys. Just learn the mechanics of the game. You'll survive, I promise. How many kills we at? 53-5-3? That's not too bad. It's actually quite low for these runs. Once we get through West Point, we'll be upwards of like 50k, I guarantee you. Like from the roads here to West Point and everything's gonna be insane. Rosewood's gonna be quite insane as well. There's gonna be about 20,000, 28,000 or so just in Rosewood. This whole area's only had about, it'll probably have close to 20,000 by the time that I'm done with it. Saucy. I love that store. Are we gonna continue? I don't know, man. I would kind of like to get home, eat some soup maybe, some soupy soup, but you know, we're here. We might as well push. Because if we go home, then we're gonna allow zombies the time to kind of recover, and we don't want to do that. It's probably best if we just go home. You know what greed rhymes with? Death. That's what greed rhymes with. Always remember that. Just when you're like, I can survive another day, I've got pills and everything. No, just go home. It's always better just to go home. These zombies will be here when you get back. I promise you. Come on there. Let's go, Zambers. I want to get some cleavers. So I need to go into the restaurants and everything to find some cleavers so I can work on short blade a little bit easier. Considering it's got a swipe instead of a stab. It's just like the lower level stab is just not that good. It's just not that good. It just takes so damn long. Yeah, you don't get exerted or anything. Sure, whatever. But with high nimble, it can be really not devastating, but it just is very tedious because you're absolutely faster than the zombie, so you have to like kind of switchboard your legs quite a bit just to kind of get over the fact that you're stupid fast. Short blade's definitely one of those things that's it's better in the early game. Better in the early game to like start leveling up, considering your nimble's not that high, so you can kind of use the nimbly wimbliness of short blade to kind of go towards your advantage, since you're already taking a long time to kill zombies anyway. Kind of what we did in the early game as well, with the screwdrivers and everything. But I digress. Leveling up axes was the best thing that we could have done. Having a fallback plan as far as weapons is insanely good. Reliable weapons, that is. Like right now, this crowbar, I wouldn't consider very reliable. We're stepping towards the darkness because we've already forgotten what's behind us. Let's go! Die already! I wanna go home. I just wanna go home, zombies. I know I bit off a little bit too much than I can chew, but that's fine. We've learned from our mistakes. No, we haven't. No, we haven't. I'll meet you guys when we come back. I'll show you guys in the new what we've done to the base and everything. Alright, welcome back. We didn't really change much other than this. We just have this up. We added another one of these. We're going to have to knock this down eventually. And we're going to get started on tailoring. Now, I know a lot of people enjoy tailoring. I'm not one of those people. But we do have these coveralls that we can go ahead and get to at least level 1 in tailoring, so that we can get a little bit more thread. Now, this is 3 full thread, so I don't know, man. I don't see us really getting that much tailoring. All we need to do is get to level 2. So we'll see what we can do. And if you guys don't know, you can just go ahead and do this. Get a bunch of things. Oh, where's our needle? I thought we had a needle. Where's my needle? Where's my needle at? We have a needle. It's right here. Hey, we need to pick up this. That's fine. We'll go ahead and pick it all up. That's hilarious. And yeah, add padding to everything. And you just go ahead and speed through it. And this is a nice little corner that I can do this at. We're going to put it on and then take it off. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, it's way faster to cut up clothing. Are you kidding me? Tell me how long it would take you to get to this much experience from cutting up clothing. I'll wait. This is way faster. You just get yourself coveralls that has everything, all over the body, and you patch it up, and you just keep doing this. You will get an insane amount of XP. Constant XP. Now we're all out of thread, maybe? No, we're not. Why'd I have an issue? Just go ahead and thread up the rest of this. Come on, buddy. You've got this, Marion. I believe in you. And we're going to go ahead and remove all until we get to level 1 in tailoring. And that should supply us with a little bit more thread. How much more thread? I don't know. I don't know those statistics, but this is a pretty good way of doing it. And that's it for thread. So we're going to go ahead and remove all patches. Now, the higher your tailoring, the more patches you get back. I think it's until like level, what, 6 or 7? Is when you start getting all the patches back. But for the time being, we're going to be going through this already massive amount pretty quickly until we get to the higher levels, which takes a long time. So, yeah, it's going to take us some time. Anyways, I'll meet you guys back at Riverside in like 2 seconds. Alright, we are back here in Riverside, and what do you know? It's already overrun. And the zombies just like to migrate in this little area. I wonder why. It's almost like it's It's what they used to do, man. They used to just migrate here. Why? Nobody knows. What's the saying from Dawn of the Dead, the original Dawn of the Dead? Why they all seem to go to the mall? It's what they used to do. I can't even remember the direct reference, but man, classic. Classic. Honestly, Dawn of the Dead, what, 1988? 1988? I think that's the year. Possibly? Can't remember at the top of my head right now. But that's easily the best zombie movie ever made. Ever made, without a doubt in my mind. What are your guys' favorite zombie movies? I know a lot of people enjoy Shaun of the Dead. I love Shaun of the Dead. When I say people, I mean British people. I feel like all my British friends are just like, yo, Shaun of the Dead's the best, only because it's a British-made film. But I digress. I see you. I know who you are. You can't fool me. It's just like the reason why I like The Thing. Well, not the only reason, but like one of the reasons I like the movie The Thing is because I'm Norwegian. And if you know, if you're a Norwegian and you know it, clap your hands. But if you know any Norse and you listen to The Thing for the first time, you're like, wait, it's a monster. The dog? What do you mean it's a monster? And then they don't shoot the dog, and then the dog just goes off and does things. You're like, but these guys, they're so fucked. The dog's the monster. The dude was helping them. Such a good point. And I feel like movies don't do that enough. And like, even when you watch the movie, it doesn't give the Norwegian guy any actual like subtitles or anything, which makes it even more perfect of a situation. Because like, if you're a non-Norwegian speaking, audience member, then you're gonna be completely confused. You're like, what is this guy saying? He's just shooting this dog. Why the hell would anybody shoot this dog? It's at that moment everybody knew they fucked up, because they should have let that dude shoot the dog. I mean, if anybody's trying to shoot an animal, it might have rabies, you never know. There's a reason for the person to shoot the animal. But I mean, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, you should just go shoot animals, PETA please. But at that moment, I mean, I feel like somebody would have a reason, especially in Antarctica. Like, why is he shooting this animal in Antarctica, other than some kind of like disease breaking out? Let's be honest here. That's like the only reason. It's because they unearthed some kind of crazy alien disease. I'm fearful, man. Antarctica has got some secrets, I'm telling you. I've read The Mouth of Madness. Is that the H.P. Lovecraft book? It's Mountains of Madness, maybe one of those. Again, my memory is really torn apart today. I can barely speak. I've got like a stutter or something. I blame it on the amount of sleep I didn't have last night. I was literally up at like, I don't know, 2? Just tossing and turning. I hate nights like this. You guys care if I'm here? I guess they don't. Whatever. Sure. Deaf zombies. Love it. That's my favorite. Alright, come on, bud. We've got some zombie clothes that we can tear up. So we not only do we have the mission of deleting zombies today, but we also have the mission of tearing apart clothing. You like that? Did you guys like that little scare that I did? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tear up some of these clothes. That'd be amazing. 19. It's gonna be spicy. Keep your hand on the shift. Always keep your hand on the shift, guys. If you're not doing that, you're wrong. You are absolutely wrong. Yeah, we got 3 thread out of that. Not a whole bunch. It's probably just gonna equal 1 once we consolidate it all. Barely. So we're gonna go and deposit that. It just takes a lot of that. I will keep the rip sheets because we're gonna need them. We're gonna need upwards to like 1,000 just to get to level 10. Probably more. Maybe. I don't know. I go through quite a bit when I level up tailoring. Of course, when we get tailoring completely leveled up, I don't really plan on using it other than to fill in holes. It's just, I've had this conversation about protection in this game, and even if you have 100% protection, zombies can still get you. Like, protection's a lie. So you should honestly stop burdening yourself using armor in this game, because it hardly ever protects you. If more than one zombie gets on you, you're gonna be dragged down, so protection is literally useless when it comes to more than one zombie. The 100% protection only protects you from like the one zombie that is from the forward vector of you, in front of you, not the zombie that comes in the behind, because the behind him is almost like 100% chance or something like that. And they can even tear through your armor, so it doesn't even matter. And they can get a second hit on you while they're behind, so like, who is it protecting? Nobody. Protection's a lie. Stop believing in lies. That's my TED Talk. Dress how you want in this game. If you wanna be a badass hipster with a beanie and everything, do it. If you wanna be zombie killing cowboy, do it. Have fun. It's the dudes that are like sweaty as hell. Like, we're even unpleasantly hot. It's mostly because of all the bodies. But we're even super hot in the clothes that we're in. So technically we're not even dressed perfectly, but I want to dress this way. This is the way I want to dress, so I'm gonna dress this way because it's fun. What I could do, and I know I have this on me, just take these off. Put these in my bag. Easy. We're gonna get super, super cool very fast, because believe it or not, heat does matter. Heat and all that, and like sweat and everything matters quite a bit. It will affect your combat. Depression will affect your combat. A big thing of this game, and it's just like Sims. If your moodlets, your moodles are not in check, you risk a higher chance of dying. So you should always keep your moodlets at check, no matter how annoying it might be. I'm gonna go slurp some soup real quick, because that's even how I play Sims, man. I play Sims like a management game. I'm just like, oh, is everybody in the green? No. Timmy's not in the green. Timmy's in the yellow. I have to make sure I take care of Timmy. Timmy's okay? Alright, let's go to Billy. Billy's okay? Let's go to Samantha. If everybody's in the green, they're gonna excel at what they do at all times. It's the same thing with this game. If you're in the green, you're gonna be excelling. Now, there's some things that you can let go, like anxiousness. Doesn't even matter. The only thing that this causes is depression. And you'll know it, and it only causes that once it's at high volumes of stress, so it doesn't even matter if you have it, realistically. But you can always just smoke a cigarette and get rid of that. Which we have thousands of cigarettes, so it's not even that much of an issue. It's just, you gotta treat this game like a management sim. You gotta treat it like a combat sim. Like, that's why this game is so popular. It's why this game is still as popular as it's been, especially since post build 41, is how complex this game is. It's a very complex game. It's multiple games in one, which is one of the things that I've always wondered why game producers and everything and developers haven't done anything close to this, because there's no game that's like Project Zomboid. Not a single game that I can think of. Yeah, you could say, oh, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, but is it? Is Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead like Project Zomboid? I would say it's not. It's more of a... it's not even like a roguelite. I mean, technically it is, but is it? It's more of a survival sim. Either way, this is 3D. It's nowhere near the same. That's more like strategy and tactics and everything. You can stop and like think about how you're gonna deal with a Hulk or, you know, a one of those devilish crawler bastards that you go up against. God, some of the enemies in that game still give me like PTSD. But like, oh, we still have that 308 mag, whatever. This game, you have to think on the fly, man. You have to think of the fly, and that's what makes it more survival, sandbox, RPG, instead of like a strategy RPG. Because there's strategy in this, but it's just not strategy. It's not like tactics or anything. It's like, how do I get around the zombies mechanics? So yeah, there's not a single game out there that's just like Project Zomboid, and that's what makes this game very unique and deserving of your money and your love and your care. I just really hope that the Indie Stone updates this accordingly, because if they don't, whew, I'd hate to see the day that this falls short. Which no game like this has, you know, even though it's had an insane amount of time of development. There's no game that's kind of, you know, tried to develop and then has just completely dropped numbers. I mean, I guess maybe Stone Shard. I've kind of lost interest in Stone Shard quite a bit. Only because I want to create my own character and I don't want to play, like, characters that are already made. That's my main deal with it when it comes to Stone Shard. I know it's weird talking about the Stone Shard. There's actually a lot of the not tabletop, but like Dwarf Fortress people that really hate Stone Shard, or like not Dwarf Fortress, but like the roguelike community that really hates Stone Shard because Stone Shard isn't technically a roguelite. They even say that in their blog posts and everything, that it's not a roguelite. Even though it is considered one, yet it has no actual roguelite situation. It's kind of like how I referring back my my description of Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead not being a roguelite, because there's no, if I die I get some kind of advantage after I come back, because there is no advantage. You just start from the beginning, just like a Project Zomboid. Which everything's fine with that. I don't know how I got to that conversation. Where the hell did we get here? Who am I? What are you guys doing? Should you leave or something? I don't know. Anyways, if you like my if you like my content and you want to see more, do consider liking, subscribing, and ringing the bell. I've heard a lot of people talk about, a lot of people, I mean one person, talk about how YouTube hasn't been advertising my videos, which is correct and incorrect, because episode 40 got tons of views out of nowhere. I guess because I put shopping as the title, which is hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. And my other videos are getting normal views, and YouTube doesn't like to push out normal, you know, normal viewed content. They want to push out the stuff that you know, is titled shopping. So yeah, I don't know how to fix that, guys. The only way that you can fix that for yourself is hitting the bell icon. I know you hear that a lot from a lot of content creators. It's true. I do that with a lot of people, and I get their notifications every single time they put up a video, or if there's like a recommended video that is getting a lot of traction or something like that. It's helpful. It's helpful for me. It helps you. Just go ahead and hit the little bell icon, dudes, and check out the links down in the description. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and have a good one. See you. Bye.